In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a search bar in Excel. This can be helpful if you're working with a lot of data and you're trying to quickly search for something within that data set. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, as you can see here, I have my data set here. This is random data that I found online. And to get started, I'm going to go ahead and convert this data into a table. As you can see, this is a lot of data here. All right, so to convert this, I'm going to go ahead and hit Control T. Now this is a shortcut to create a table using all this data that's on here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK, and this is gonna convert this into a table. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and copy the headers here, copy these, and I'm gonna paste them right over here. Let's paste them right here, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little bigger so you guys can see the entire thing here. All right, so once I have this, next thing you want to do is go over to the developer tab, which is going to be right here. Now, if you don't have this, I'm going to show you a quick little trick here on how to enable this. So let me go ahead and disable it so I can show you how to enable it. So if you've never done this before, if you've never used the developer tab, you don't have it on here. So to enable it, you want to go to any of these ribbons here, right click and go to customize ribbon. And down here, you're going to see that you have the developer tab and it's not going to be selected. So go ahead and select it and go ahead and now you have the developer tab on here. I'm going to go ahead and select the tab. And as you can see, we have our properties here. I'm going to go ahead and select insert. And we're going to go down here to active X controls and we're going to look for this text box. It should be on the same position in everyone's Microsoft Excel, I believe, but it's going to be this one here, text box, active X control. So click on that and this is going to allow you to draw a text box here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a text box right here. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna draw it right here. I'll move it around later on. All right, so once we have our text box, you want to go ahead and right click inside the text box and you're gonna go over to properties. Okay, go to properties, and as you can see here, now we have a lot of things to look at over here. The only thing that matters is gonna be the linked cell. Okay, so if you look at linked cell over here, right, this is what we're going to be customizing. So you want to select the cell that's behind your text box, right? So for this example, I am in J. Let's see here. What do we have here? So the one that's right above this is J. I'm going to type in J2, right? Type in J2. Go ahead and click enter. Now, as you can see, now we have J2 entered in here. I'm going to go ahead and close this. I want this to only cover J2, right? So I can resize this. As you can see, now this covers J2 here. All right, so the next part is going to involve a little formula here. Let's go ahead and put it in column I5 underneath country name. So I'm going to go ahead and do equal filter. All right, and the first part of this is going to be the data array, right? What is the data array we're using? So we're going to be using this here because I want to search in here within all this data. So I'm going to do Control Shift and the down arrow to select all this data. I'm going to go ahead and hit do comma. Let me go back out to my formula up here. All right, so this is our table. As you can see, selected the whole table here. And the next part is going to be, what do we want to use as a filter, right? So for this instance, let's say we wanted to be able to search using the country name, right? If I want to search using the country name, I'm going to go ahead and select the first country here. Control Shift and down arrow. It's going to select all the countries in here. I'm going to go ahead and do another comma here. I go all the way to the top to see my formula. Now we have the country name here. Now the next thing you want to do is going to be to add our test value here, which is going to be what we search for within this text box. So I'm going to do equal to, and as you remember, this was J2. So equals J2 like that. And then we'll do another comma. Now the last part is an if empty. So if what we're searching here is none of these things in here, what do you want this to return? So when I return no data found, or no data found, something like that. Okay, quick little fix here before we finish our formula is going to be to remove this comma here. I don't know why I put that on there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close this right here, click enter. So as you can see, it's already telling me that no data has been found on here, okay? All right, so to actually use our text box here, you want to go ahead and select it, and we're going to exit design mode, which is right here. So if you have this selected, make sure it's not selected, and it's going to take you out of design mode. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click in here. Let's search for one of these countries. Let's search for Algeria, okay? As soon as I search that, it's going to add my data on here. So you can see it populates this entire these columns here. Now let's search for Brazil. Brazil, so you can see it fills out my data here. This is a quick way of searching through your data, right? So say before you can actually customize this. Let's say I wanted to actually search this using the continent name. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this, and I'll just go to continent name. I'll go all the way down that, click enter. Okay, cool. So let's search by, we can start with Asia. Okay, so you can see it's going to pick everything that is in the continent of Asia and populate our table here. As you can see, let's search for Africa. So Africa is going to pull all the data that is linked to the continent of Africa. So you can search using any of these things. You're not only limited to one of these. I can search using the country name. I can search using the continent name. Obviously, your search is going to be different because you might be using different data sets. So this was a quick and easy way of searching through your data. You can obviously get more advanced with this. Let me know if you guys want to see that. But for now, that is pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.